Hey everyone, this is Tia Lentini from Springfield Township. Today we are at Boss Man Studios at KimTam Park, and we are doing the Township Talk with Trustee Jeremy Cauldill. And we have a really great show for you guys today. The first thing that we're going to talk about is Jedd Park.
Yeah, Jedd. Yeah, Jedd Park. I've only been in office now, not very long, a few months, and I didn't even know that Springfield at first, had control over Jedd Park. So I took the last few days and I really went around and talked to a lot of coaches, softball coaches, the athletic director, high school baseball coach, and, kind of really got educated on, some of the issues they have there and what we can improve it, just to be able to, be up to that standard that these other schools are at.
Yeah, I know that athletics is really important in Springfield Township, and we have a lot of, very dedicated individuals that, volunteer their time, to these different sports teams and stuff. And part of that is having, nice places for the teams to play, and I think that Jedd Park is a very nice park, but there is some internal issues that have been brought up recently in the Springfield Township Bulletin Facebook group, even the Experience Township group. We had individuals, post on there some things that were going on that they weren't too happy about. I know that you guys had a resident come in yesterday, Miranda Terry, and she kind of voiced her opinion and some concerns. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
It was great getting her in there. I mean, it shed a lot of light on a lot of things, because there's this agreement has been in place for a while. 2006, I think that's when Springfield had an agreement with Akron.
Okay.
And then 2016, Springfield had an agreement. Springfield Township had an agreement with Springfield Schools in order to use facilities, and there was some discrepancy there, and but I love how the outcome turned out. I mean, it was great. It bringing this all together and bringing it to light. I believe it's a win for community. Definitely schools. It's going to be good. It turned out to where the schools was paying a certain fee, and we came to the determination that we're going to do away with that. See what we could do to improve this.
Yeah, I think it was around $8,000 a year they were paying, correct, to use the fields?
Yeah, it was about $8,000 a year. That was the agreement that was signed with the schools back then.
Okay. So now this administration has decided that that's, inappropriate, and the schools should not be charged. So now moving forward, they're not going to be charged at all to field. Is that correct?
I believe that's how, that's what we discussed yesterday. They're going to need to come up with a new agreement, or just, rip up the one that they have. I'm not sure who was all in office at the time.
Yeah.
But
quite a while, quite a long time ago, so you weren't around yet. Yeah.
But it's definitely going to be, help out the schools. It's, when Miranda brought up, that coaches had to cut their, salaries. They're already doing this mainly because they love the kids. They love the community, and I mean, that shed a lot of light on a lot of issues. I'm glad that it out. We'll see how the agreement is, but I'm sure if it doesn't work out like we discussed, I'm gonna fight. So
good. We appreciate that. And then if there was a group that wanted to have a tournament at Jedd Park, maybe not necessarily affiliated with Springfield Township, how could they rent it? How do they go about that?
We discussed that also. So I believe it used to be on the Springfield, the one site that they have, and they said it's still on there somewhere.
Okay, so on the actual township website.
Yeah, on the township website. So that's definitely in the near future here. That's going to be clarified. It's going to be on the website. It's going to spell it out. The price and, dates available, and
good. Yeah, get some revenue coming in there.
Yeah, so. I mean, that facility over there, it's a phenomenal facility. And if we do it right, I mean, there's tons of schools that's going to want to, flood in there.
I mean,
and
yeah.
have tournament.
And it's in a great area too, because it's right by Schropp School, so it's kind of near Green, Uniontown, and Springfield.
Yeah,
so
and you have you have the one main field, and then you have the 3 other fields around it. And yeah, it's a great facility. Great. There's a few issues that the coaches and stuff brought up, and that's something that I'm definitely going to address with the city of Akron.
Okay.
So I can't wait to talk to somebody at the city of Akron. I don't think anybody has ever really reached out or tried to, and that's something that I definitely would like to take on and go there. Hey, I want a new scoreboard,
Yeah.
right off the rip.
Yeah, let's do it.
I do. I want a new scoreboard there that works. If we could get some improvements to the dugouts, we'll do that. We need some more dirt in there. What would be huge if we could get turf in.
Okay.
I mean, if we could get turf, figure that out, that would be gigantic. And I know all these tournaments would want to be held at Park.
Yeah, it's definitely a great location. And then as far as dirt, I'm learning about this. So
there's a special kind of dirt.
There's a special kind of dirt. It's ball dirt, correct? Is that what it's called?
I have it on my.
Miranda taught me about that yesterday.
Yeah, something. But yes, it's a special kind of dirt that the baseball fields are to use.
Okay.
And I believe it helps a lot with drainage, and that's a problem over there is the drainage. It's always wet, even though it rains every day here in northeastern Ohio, and
hail,
we
rain,
should probably build a boat instead of anything else.
Cool. All right. Is there anything else you want to add before we go to our next segment?
That's pretty much it for Jedd. I mean, there's lots of projects that we could accomplish over there, as a community, and I was excited to hear, from Miranda and about like the coaches and like how the kids want to get involved, because there was a little bit of confusion also on like who takes care of the field. You're not allowed to take care of the field. We can't. And so we cleared a lot of that up.
Good.
So there's going to be more teamwork over there, more communication, and we're going to get stuff done over there. And, sometimes when they said we couldn't play ball, I think we're going to be playing ball now over there.
Good.
Because we're going to have more people on it to work on it.
To help, and, that brings in that community spirit we talked about, too.
That's right. And, I know it's going to help the schools out. I just, when she said, and a couple of the coaches told me, when they go around all these other schools and then they come out there and our field looks the worst. That crushes me. I don't want to hear that. I want us to be, at the top.
Yeah.
I don't want to be, in the middle. I'd like to be at the top of that. And I know that does take money, and, there's different ways we could accomplish that, but that's one way the schools are going to, come back. I don't want to hear no more kids, athletes, going to somewhere else. And it's coming up here real soon in Springfield where the sports are going to be back. And, I discussed that some with Joe yesterday. And I think once the sports come back, I mean, it kind of just, the whole community thrives around that.
Yeah.
You have good.
I think it's great, and we have a lot of star athletes now. I know you did that shout out a couple weeks ago for different athletes that we have in Springfield, and they definitely deserve that platform to be known.
That was great to do. I mean, we need more of that instead of people coming out with bad stuff. Let's thrive around what's good. Let's promote Springfield to the fullest. If you work for Springfield and you're not promoting Springfield, you probably need to go. That's how I feel.
Or at least get on board. Is what
you
we
better
want.
get on board.
If you don't know
quick.
how, we're willing to help you. So just reach out to one of us. But real quick, before we move to our next segment about the Springfield Township Sign War, can you tell us about an event that's happening tomorrow that I just found out about at Springfield High School?
Yeah, it's the 4-way test. It's held by the Rotary groups, and
thanks, Rotary.
Yeah, and so I'm a judge. My son is actually a timekeeper.
Oh,
and
cool. Okay.
and there's going to be people from all over. I believe there was 17 applicants, and this is for scholarships.
So it's for scholarships.
Yes,
for Springfield
it's
kids or for?
It's surrounding schools.
Okay, perfect. So Springfield's in there.
But
Good.
Springfield gets to host it, which
Nice.
is really cool.
Mhm.
And we hosted it last year, and it was a huge success. And I got to meet the finalists last year, and
cool.
it was excellent. It was a great opportunity. I'm excited for tomorrow to actually be a judge and listen. These are some real promising students. Looking forward to.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm excited to, hopefully see some content too. We do have a community content series, so if anyone goes tomorrow, feel free to send us your footage, and then we'll highlight it. So.
Yeah, so the breakfast starts at 10. So breakfast at 10, and I believe the speeches are going to kick off pretty much at 11.
At 11, okay.
So, yeah.
So
And
wake up early.
Yeah, so they're
For
gonna split up into some rooms, and then the finals are going to be held in the afternoon, and yeah, it's going to be a great event. And
Great day for Springfield.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear these speeches.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear about it too. So awesome. All right, well, let's move into our next segment. All right, so this is a fun topic, and I know that when you did your original political campaign, you kind of touched on it too. So the real sign war in Springfield Township. So tell us a little bit about what's going on with that.
When I was campaigning, I went around, I'm campaigning. I'm a pro-business guy, which a lot of people know, and, I feel like, Springfield hasn't really been, had their arms open for different businesses here. So I went around, talking to multiple businesses, and one of the, a lot of them have sign problems, and there was some new ordinance that was trying to be passed. It didn't make sense.
Before you got into office, there was a new ordinance. Okay.
Yes, there was a new one.
Okay.
And how when I ended up winning in November, they knew that I was, running on signs for these businesses, and they tried to push it through very quick before I took office in January. And
okay.
Doing that, there's a lot of steps in order to do that, and they missed a couple steps, and that was like yesterday at the meeting, they had to vote and on repairing that, and I voted no on that because, I think we need to take our time with this and get it right for these businesses.
Yeah.
Not businesses, the community. When you're zoning, has where do you hitch up your horses at? I would think it's time to update it.
Yeah, it might need a little bit
Listen,
of
let's take our
updating.
time. Let's get it right.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, I understand how the lower signs look. They do. They have a good look to them. But you can't say that that's for every business because like Mr. and Mrs. Smoothie down there, you put a low sign down there and somebody parks right, you can't even see the sign, and the sign is taking up their boardwalk and park place of real estate there for parking pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's just they had a terrific sign there beforehand. It was on a pole, you could see it from the street, and now if you park in the front, you can't even see it. You don't even know they're open. And that's
which is disappointing. Yeah,
that's one of the issues. I didn't even really know about that business because nobody knew about it when they tried to open because they had to take down their pole sign, which didn't make any sense, and put up this other one. And, right now, if you go over there, go by there, and nobody's there, and it's at night, you could see it. It looks good. But if there's anybody there, you're parking right in front of that sign, you can't see it. It just doesn't make sense. That it needs a pole sign.
So it's time to go back to the drawing board and just kind of slow things down is what you're saying. But weren't you the only one that voted no on it? So
yeah, I voted no on that. The other two trustees voted yes to pass it. They were involved when, they were trying to introduce that in the beginning. So, that was their decision. But when I voted no, I gave an explanation of why I voted no.
Okay, good.
And hopefully we do. We look at these the zoning ordinance and we, look at it like we're a business, from a business point of view and what works for these businesses.
Yeah.
How can we get them to thrive and not go out of business before they even get started?
Yeah.
And Mr. and Mrs. Smoothie, that was a good example. I mean, how many smoothies does it take to
There's
to
some
buy,
math for you right there.
to buy
yeah.
an $8,000 sign when you're just starting off? I mean, that is not the way you want to start off. And then people don't even know you're open. I felt for her. I did, whatever I could, to get people over there. And I believe that helped. But another business, like right down from that, it's mainly that corridor there definitely needs a different attention. You got to look at each business a little bit differently. That Mama's Hot Dogs. Is that?
Yeah. I
So they're another business that's going to be struggling, because they can't have a sign at all. I mean, how? And I went over there and talked to them the other day, and they have something there, but that's something would be great also with a pole sign. So just to know that they're open.
So do you think that the trustees will be open to maybe working with the local chamber of commerce to come up with some type of plan or at least literature to, educate these new business owners before they come in on what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, and kind of just, holding their hand through the entire process? Yeah.
I mean, we have a phenomenal lady right now, Deb, in our zoning.
Okay.
She's absolutely wonderful. She's
Shout out, Jedd.
She's probably one of the best things Springfield has going for it right now.
Good.
And she is definitely open-minded. She's pro growth, pro business. She understands that stuff. So, businesses call her up. She'll talk to them, talk to the trustees, and we're going forward. We are going to be more common sense than just this is what it says. It don't matter what it says. That way's horrible. And I asked them, they said that's the way we've always done it. Well, we need to change, to bring Springfield back. We do. We got to get them back, because I remember when we were 10 to 15 years ahead of Green, ahead of Lake.
Okay.
And now I think we're 15 to 20 years behind them.
Well, I mean
that's not for long. Listen, if I'm in here, I'm going to work my butt off to change that around.
And that's, kind of why we started the Experience Springfield Township project, was because we saw, these other communities and how they had something similar. At least they had, something that focused on tourism and economic development. And, we were like, okay, well, we're going to build that for Springfield Township. And, a year into it, I think we've done a lot. We have the business directory, we have the magazine, we have, different YouTube videos that like showcase, hidden gems in Springfield. And, we're really hoping to help, accelerate it as well. So, which kind of leads me to the next thing.
Tia, listen, you have really helped Springfield with the stuff that you've come out with and Experience Springfield Township. I mean, it's gigantic.
It wasn't just me, honestly. This has been a community effort, and that's kind of why, working with Uncle Tito's, coming together to do the 1 year, 1,000 followers celebration. Yeah, so that's super exciting. And in that, we're doing the Community and Business Awards. So yeah, we'll introduce that next.
All right.
Okay, so something super exciting. We have a 1 year, 1,000 followers celebration coming up. And in that, we are doing Community and Business Awards for Springfield Township and the Village of Lakemore. They're included too. And we want you, the community, to nominate the winners, or I'm sorry, nominate, I guess it would be the winners for these categories. So we just started doing that. There are the Best New Business, that's one of the categories, the Heart of a Spartan, Best Nonprofits, and Springfield, someone who's moving Springfield into the future. That award is there as well. And then, Jeremy, you're actually going to host this for us, right?
Yeah, I'm excited. Listen, I'm going to MC the event, and I'll try to make it pretty entertaining, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good time, and we're going to live stream it so everybody at home can kind of watch and see the winners, accept their awards.
They can come down to Tito's and check us out. Are we going to be in that side room?
We are going to be in the side room. So maybe we can do something with the main side, so that way we can bring the community in and have have the exclusive event on the other side too, just because Tito's is sponsoring it for us.
Yeah.
Thank you, Fernando. Appreciate
Listen,
it.
Fernando does so much
Yeah, he
for the
does.
community.
He really
I mean,
does.
it's unbelievable. I mean, am I allowed to nominate someone since I'm the
Yeah,
MC?
go ahead.
Listen,
Why not?
Fernando, man, I nominate you for
Heart of a Spartan?
Heart of the Spartan Business of the Year. I mean, listen, Fernando, he goes over and above for multiple people.
Yeah.
Like anything, he says yes. You know, he will do whatever it takes for.
Especially for
and
the kids in the community too. You know,
just
that's
great. I
huge.
mean, if we could just get a fraction of the community like that, it would just change the whole entire culture of Springfield.
And I think this is, you know, one small step for us and one giant leap for Springfield.
Yeah,
so
yes, that's good.
yeah,
I
I think
like
it's good. And speaking of that, we have a super exciting event coming up on Monday. It's the solar eclipse. And Jeremy, you're having an event here, right?
Yes, we are having the solar eclipse event.
Do you want to lead into that
Yeah,
segment?
yeah,
All right,
lead
let's go ahead
into
and do it. All right. Tell us about it.
All right, listen, that is too cool. I can't wait to see that. I cannot wait. That's really cool. But yes, Monday we are having a solar eclipse event here in Springfield, over here at KimTam Park at Melanie Springs. It's open to the public. It's totally free. I know there was some questions going around. It's free to all vendors. So you know, if you're a vendor, there's a lot of vendors that reached out to me, and yeah, they're come on in and listen. If your product is legal, you know, you could come and set up, you know. And so we're going to have there's a variety of different vendors that's going to be here. As of right now, I believe there's going to be about 5 or 6 food trucks.
Okay, good.
And let's hope the weather, you know, stays afloat. You know, it's supposed to get a little clear tomorrow, but as you can see, you know, KimTam here, it does sit pretty low, and it's definitely saturated here. So
yeah.
But we're gonna start the event off on the asphalt, so no problems at all. We got DJ coming in. It's DJ Treble.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So he's gonna be in the house rocking the tunes. He's gonna start around 4:00.
Okay.
Got the Eclipse shirt. We have the glasses. So for $35, you could get a commemorative shirt. You get a pair of the glasses, and you get into the crystal hunt.
Oh, the crystal hunt. Okay.
Yeah, the crystal hunt.
Fun.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That we have hundreds of crystals. We have some really big ones, small ones. I'm going to put a lot of them in the Easter eggs.
Aw.
Yeah, I got some small ones for that. And I had a lot of requests for the Easter egg hunt this year. You know, we were doing like an adult Easter egg hunt for a while, and it was a huge hit.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, yeah, let's kind of incorporate that with the eclipse event. And what better off? You know, I have a bunch of crystals. I don't, you know, it's cool how I acquired the crystals. So I'm like, yeah, I don't even watch them. Be some diamonds or something in there. I don't know.
Whoops.
But listen, yeah, I have no idea.
$2 million stone.
Yeah, I have no
KimTam
idea
Park.
what they're worth. I never asked anybody, but I know they're cool and they're all crystals. And yeah, I'm good. They're going to be placed all out and crystal hunt.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, awesome. Okay.
We got some paranormal guys. They said they're going to come in.
Okay.
Yeah, they
spice
have
things up a little bit.
They
I
have
guess.
some instruments, and yeah, you know, this eclipse, man. I never thought it was going to be this big of an event. You know, something. You know, when I first learned about it, 2 minutes 30 seconds. I'm like, okay, northeastern Ohio. It's usually cloudy and snowy at this time, and yeah, so hopefully we get some sun and you can see it actually happen. And
through your glasses, please.
Yes,
please don't look at it without the glasses.
You're gonna burn your eyes out.
Don't
turn
eat
into zombies. Yeah, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that on Monday.
Awesome.
And vendors, if you're a vendor, you know, I put it out there a couple times. You could set up actually Sunday, like late afternoon, or come Monday morning and set up, and we'd like to get things started kicking off right around 11.
Okay.
So, yeah, community, come on down. If you have any chairs, sit around. It's like a tailgate party,
Just for the solar eclipse.
Yeah, tailgate party for the solar eclipse. Bring your chairs. We'll have plenty of picnic tables. I've been trying to get those out, but every day it's been raining. It's been driving me nuts. So,
hailed yesterday, it's snowing today.
Now it's snowing as we look outside, but yeah, so you never know what's going to happen, and I'm going to do my best to try to get the grounds here up and rolling. But
okay, great.
I really haven't started preparing, for the season, so it's going to be right at the beginning here. So, but it's going to be a cool event. I'm looking forward to it, and going to meet a lot of people. There's some people coming from out of town.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, my mom has some people. I think 10 people coming from out of town and stuff, and yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. So, hope to see you guys there.
Yeah, it'd be a nice family-friendly event.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good for everyone.
Yeah, let's find some crystals. All right.
That's awesome. Okay, we have time to open it up for a little Q&A? No time? Okay. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to the Township Talk. We appreciate it. We plan to do this at least, every other week, hopefully, eventually every week. If you do want to run a commercial during Township Talk, just message and, we can get that information. So is there anything else you want to say before we sign off?
It's pretty cool, being able to be a part of this, being able to be, this is kind of a part of the transparency that I was talking about that I want the Springfield community to have.
Yeah, they deserve it.
Yes, they deserve it. And, and I probably wouldn't even be in this seat if they had, I needed. Now, I'm happy that I could be here for the community and, answer anything that they need and, get Springfield moving forward.
Yeah. Cool. Well, us too, so I'm excited to be working with you. But, okay. Well, thank you guys so much. We appreciate you. Follow us, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and, we'll see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.
Experience